It began as an idea for something greater. A biblical alternative to meaningless entertainment. The creation of a radio program where children and their families can be encouraged in the faith. Some doubted this idea, but the results are undeniable. Adventures in Odyssey is a radio program by Focus on the Family. It has stimulated the imaginations of millions for over 25 years. Ever since I was young, these stories have transported me into another world. This world is centered in the fictional small town of Odyssey. A kindly inventor named Mr. Whitaker owns an ice cream shop for children called Wit's End. Joining Wit is an exciting and often entertaining cast of characters, including Wit's brainy assistant Eugene, Wooten the mailman, his employee Connie Kendall, and many more. On June 16th, 2012, I took a trip to the Adventures in Odyssey 25th Anniversary Birthday Bash in Dallas, Texas. I was joined by hundreds of fans, all celebrating this incredible legacy. This is Adventures in Odyssey, a celebration. What began as a simple experiment has become a worldwide success. In the mid-'80s, there was a man named Steve Harris who was head of special projects for Focus on the Family. At that point, a recording of Focus founder James Dobson reading his favorite Christmas story was aired every year in December. The broadcast leaders of Focus needed to think of something new for the Christmas season, and Harris pitched the idea of a radio drama. They gave him the go-ahead to develop and produce a drama for release in 1983 entitled Spare Tire. Only 2 actors were featured, one of whom was Chuck Bolte, who would go on to play a character named George Barkley in Adventures in Odyssey. Spare Tire was largely successful, and was followed by 2 more specials, both of which included Bolte and Hal Smith, the man who would later voice Odyssey's lead character, John Whitaker.
Focus had created a series of about 4 audio dramas on the Focus on the Family broadcast itself. Shortly after that, they created a series of 13 episodes called the Family Portrait Series. Yeah, so those were kind of to see if Adventures in Odyssey could find a market.
In 1986, Dobson hosted a broadcast where he spoke with author Bruce Wilkinson. Their topic was media influence. Wilkinson made the point that Christians must not just be a group of complainers, but they must provide their own replacement to the world's programming.
Bruce Wilkinson said to Dr. Dobson, it's not enough for Christians to just talk about how bad entertainment is. They have to create high-quality alternatives for Christian parents. That really struck a chord with Dr. Dobson and other people with the leadership of Focus, and they said, we need to create high-quality alternative entertainment for Christian parents. And so that's when they, not too long after that, they came back from some sort of a management retreat and said, here are the marching orders. We're going to create high-quality audio drama for Christian parents, and that's where Adventures in Odyssey came from.
Dr. Dobson realized this need, and he assigned Steve Harris to construct a children's radio series. Filmmaker and screenwriter Phil Lawler came on the scene as co-creator, collaborating with Harris to create the show. After much discussion on the show's format, they both eventually settled on a half-hour weekly drama/comedy production set in a small town. Lawler noticed a book on his shelf one day entitled, quote, United Nations Journal, A Delegate's Odyssey, end quote, and decided the fictional town should be called Odyssey. Phil Lawler also wrote intricate backstories for Mr. Whitaker and Wit's End. Focus on the Family then financed a test series featuring 13 episodes entitled Family Portraits. There was an overwhelmingly positive response to the test program. Eventually, a spin-off series was created and ultimately called Adventures in Odyssey. Some people were unsure that children from 8 to 12 years old would want to listen to the radio.
I think there was opposition to the idea of doing a radio drama in the era of MTV and all this video stuff that people thought, why on earth are you doing a audio product in the time of video? But Dr. Dobson and the team thought, no, this is something that people really enjoy, and radio is kind of a strength and focus on family, and started as a radio show. Apparently they were right, because 25 years later, it's still going.
But Dr. Dobson's hope was that it would be a resource for Christians desiring a better alternative to Saturday morning cartoons, or people who wanted a truly wholesome entertainment for their families.
I like getting up every Saturday morning and listening to it on our radio. It's giving good lessons, something fun to listen to.
We have Odyssey at bed. I listen to Adventures in Odyssey when I go to bed.
I appreciate Adventures in Odyssey because I am the oldest child of a lot of siblings, and we listen to it together, and after it's over we talk about it, and it's really nice.
We've played Odyssey for so many years because it has such a great presentation of what it means to be a Christian. Through comedy, through mystery, through all the great characters and the great stories and the music. We just feel like it's an excellent media product that has such great ministry value.
Creating just one half-hour Odyssey adventure takes an immense amount of effort and collaboration. But the team at Odyssey work hard to get everything just right. From the talented voice actors, including Odyssey's host Chris Anthony,
and that was another Adventures in Odyssey.
Katie Lee, who voices Connie,
Whit, I'm here! What do you normally do when you're feeling artistically uninspired?
Whit invented this himself?
Mm-hmm. Though this is only one of the models.
Well, what do we do? Where are the seatbelts?
You don't need them.
Oh, then can I text while we're driving?
No, never. Besides, you won't get a phone signal in 16th century Rome. Just push the red button.
Will Ryan as Eugene, and the third and newest voice for Whit, Andre Stoika.
Good morning, Eugene.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Whitaker.
I think we ought to shorten that security code to get into this room. By the time I put in the code, I've forgotten what I was coming in to do.
Oh, please close the door. I have something to tell you that we'll want to categorize as top secret on a need-to-know basis.
Oh, all right.
Good. This is monumental. Mr. Whitaker, I am putting the finishing touches on one master program that will control everything in Wit's End.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought you said that a single program was risky.
Huh?
If it had a glitch or a virus, then it could corrupt everything in Wit's End and destroy civilization as we know it.
I said that? Surely I didn't use the word glitch.
Well, I may have added that.
Well, have no fear, Mr. Whitaker. This program is foolproof.
Oh, how so?
Well, because I designed it.
To the sound technicians and designers, to writers and producers, it is biblical entertainment that is genuinely entertaining, and is done with excellence and professionalism with lifelong values. What truly sets Odyssey apart from other radio is the sense of realism you get when you hear the wind and the trees and all the sounds of everyday life that truly immerses you to make you part of the experience. This is done by professional sound designers who often create sounds in either a studio or in the real world.
All right, okay.
Do you see that the scaffold over there?
Up there?
Mm-hmm. Not that one, the other one. Way up there.
Ooh. Oh, dear.
Hey, hi, Chris.
On my trip to the birthday bash, I got to meet some of the real actors that bring the characters to life. There I also got to meet up with Nathan Hubler, a writer and director who listened to Odyssey when he was a child, who now gets to be a part of the creating experience.
What I love about radio is that it really engages the power of the imagination. So TV can do creative things, certainly today with special effects and all these things that you can do with TV and movies. You can create some pretty amazing things, but I think there's such a special spot for radio because of that imagination factor.
You can have your own idea of what the characters and places look like.
My favorite character on the show is Eugene Meltzner. So I think Eugene has gone through some really unique and interesting journeys on the show.
My favorite character probably would be Connie, and because she's interesting. I like her depth of character and her different relationships and just what's happened to her.
Well, I would also have to go with Connie because she has a lot of character. She's been in Odyssey almost as long as really anybody else, and lots of things have included her, and she's been part of all the stories.
My favorite character is Tom Riley because he's humorous and I don't know, he has a very straightforward mindset. So when people try to change it, it takes him a while, but he gets through it.
My favorite character is Wit because he's just awesome.
Well, my favorite character is Bernard Walton.
Although the series has spawned 17 animated adventures, computer games, books, podcasts, and spin-off novels, the majority of stories happen right on the radio. Each episode has character-driven, faith-building stories that not only children enjoy, but adults as well.
When I look at a group or I have people come up and say, "Hi, I'm 40 and I started listening when I was 10." And they really mean it. The math doesn't work out, but you know what I mean. It's very moving, especially when people talk about how it's impacted their lives and what it's meant to them over the years. So it's exciting.
Adventures in Odyssey isn't just a children's program. Providing godly alternatives to worldly entertainment, fulfilling dreams, culture-changing. It's a mindset we should all have, not of complainers, but of doers, impacting the world in a positive way for Christ. Odyssey is about a dream to impact the lives of millions through fun and entertaining stories with lasting Christian values.
We get so much great response to it. I mean, if people don't hear it, they're upset.
Today, that dream has been fulfilled. Odyssey has proved that doing a seemingly impossible thing for Christ is possible through Him. With over 20 million products distributed worldwide, Odyssey has ignited the imagination and let children and adults have refreshing, good quality radio dramas for over 25 years. Impacting the world for Christ, this truly is the legacy of Odyssey. And who knows what else lay in store for Odyssey. As Mr. Whitaker would say, the best is yet to come.